I used to think there was genuinely something wrong with me. People always told me I was intimidating, too blunt, too loud, too honest. Apparently, I looked mean, whatever that means. And for years, I actually believed them. Because when enough people keep telling you you're different, you start wondering if maybe they're right. But here's what never made sense to me. Why did everyone want me to become smaller? Seriously, why would I pretend to be someone I'm not just to make somebody else feel comfortable? If you've got something on your face, I'm going to tell you, not because I'm trying to embarrass you, because I'd hope someone would tell me. If I think you're making a mistake, I'm probably going to tell you, not because I think I'm better than you, because I care. I've never understood why people would rather hear a comfortable lie than an uncomfortable truth. That genuinely confused me, and the older I'm getting, the more I think I finally understand why. Because I don't think people were asking me to become smaller, I think they were asking me to become more familiar. And those aren't the same thing. I think a lot of us spend years trying to fix the exact thing that makes us different. And I think that's one of the saddest things we can do, because sometimes the thing everyone tells you to hide is the thing you're actually supposed to become known for. That's what happened to me. Last year, I started a completely new class. I didn't know anyone. And honestly, I wasn't trying to. I remember walking into school wearing boots, big earrings, sunglasses. One guy literally looked at me and asked, "Why are you wearing sunglasses inside?" And I just looked at him and said, "Why not?" Not to be rude. I genuinely didn't understand why I needed permission. The funny thing is, I wasn't even wearing them to look cool. The lights in the classroom gave me headaches. That was literally the reason. But nobody asked that. They just assumed. And that's when I realized something. People will always create stories about you. Somebody will think you're arrogant. Someone else will think you're confident. Someone will think you're weird. Someone else will think you're inspiring. You're the same person, only the story changed. So why spend your life trying to control stories you were never going to control anyway? That honestly gave me so much peace, because I realized I don't need everybody to understand me. I just need to understand myself. And apparently, there's actually a reason this feels so difficult. Your brain hates standing out. Thousands of years ago, being accepted by your group increased your chances of surviving. Being rejected could genuinely make life more dangerous. So your brain evolved to care what people think. Not because it's trying to ruin your confidence, because it's trying to protect you. When people stare at you, judge you, laugh, or criticize you, your brain isn't thinking, "They don't like my outfit." It's asking, "Are we still accepted?" That's why caring what people think feels automatic. You're not broken. You're human. But here's the problem. Your brain evolved for a completely different world. Standing out in a classroom isn't the same as being abandoned by your tribe. Your brain just hasn't learned the difference yet. Something else happened that really made me think. After a while, I started noticing more people wearing sunglasses in class. At first, I didn't even think about it. Then one day, it clicked. Maybe they wanted to wear them the whole time. Maybe they just needed someone else to do it first. And I started seeing this everywhere. One person starts posting online. Suddenly, someone else starts. One person starts going to the gym. Someone else joins. One person starts dressing differently. Other people slowly stop caring too. Confidence spreads, not because confidence is contagious, because permission is. Sometimes, people aren't waiting to become confident. They're waiting for someone else to show them it's okay. And that made me wonder, how many things are we not doing simply because nobody around us has done them first? I remember another time. I was outside a restaurant with someone. We were late. Something happened, and I started laughing. Like, really laughing. The kind where you can't breathe. People started turning around looking at me. The person I was with got embarrassed. They were like, "People are looking." And I remember thinking, okay, why does that matter? I'm laughing. I'm happy. Why should I make myself smaller? Because strangers are eating dinner? I'm probably never going to see these people again. Even if I do, who cares? People are allowed to think I'm loud. They're allowed to think I'm weird. They're allowed to misunderstand me. That doesn't mean I have to misunderstand myself. I think that's where so many people get stuck. They confuse someone else's opinion with reality. Those aren't the same thing. And here's something I've realized. The labels people give you often say just as much about them as they do about you. The honest person gets called rude. The confident woman gets called intimidating. The ambitious person gets called unrealistic. The emotional person gets called dramatic. That doesn't mean every criticism is wrong. Sometimes feedback helps us grow, but there's a huge difference between listening to feedback and handing somebody else the pen to write your identity. Not every opinion deserves the same weight. If someone has built the kind of life you admire, maybe listen. If someone genuinely cares about you, maybe listen. But if someone is simply uncomfortable because you're different, that doesn't automatically mean you need to change. Can I ask you something? Who decided that your personality needed everybody's approval? Seriously, why does everyone have to like you? There are people I don't connect with. That doesn't make them bad people. It just means we're different. So why do we panic the second somebody doesn't like us? Imagine changing yourself for every single person you meet. You'd become 10 different people, and eventually, you wouldn't know which one was actually you. Looking back, I think the saddest thing would have been if I'd listened. If I'd become quieter, stopped telling the truth, stopped laughing so loudly, stopped wearing what I wanted, stopped saying what I actually thought. People probably would have been more comfortable, but I wouldn't have been me. And here's what's funny. The exact things people judged me for, being honest, being blunt, being different, not pretending, are now the exact reasons people come to me. People ask me for advice because they know I'll tell them the truth. Not the version they want to hear, the version I genuinely believe. The thing I spent years trying to fix ended up becoming one of my biggest strengths. So maybe you've been asking yourself the wrong question. Maybe the question isn't, how do I become more like everyone else? Maybe it's, what if the thing I've been trying to hide is actually the thing I'm supposed to become known for? Because the world doesn't need another version of everyone else. It needs the version of you that stopped apologizing for taking up space,